Hi everyone, this is Aniket D'Souza, and in the last week we spoke about that we're going to do a 10-day digital marketing crash course starting from the 23rd of April, and it will be running about approximately about 1.5 to 2 hours, starting at 2 p.m. So the idea was to actually do this and leverage the lockdown that we have in order to improve your skills. So we've had a tremendous response from people across different industries, and I'm very excited to actually do this course. But a lot of you had a lot of questions as well, and I thought of actually wrapping it up all in a video so that you get a clarity on it. So let's dive into it right away um, so that you can see if this actually helps you or it doesn't. The course fee is actually a fraction of the cost of the actual courses that are out there, but this is going to be the course fee for the live webinar only. For those who pay, you will be able to access it for a few days, and I'm going to actually show you or share all of that with you right away. So let's switch on to, I'll just switch on to the slide deck that I've made so that you get a clarity on all the things that we will be talking about. So, yeah, so we're gonna, so this is basically happening from the 23rd to the 2nd of May. It's gonna start at 2 p.m. And end anywhere between 3:30 to 4. I don't want to do too much. It can be too advanced for you at times, but what I'm trying to do is capture all the important elements which a digital marketer needs or a social media executive needs to get started. Also, the kind of productivity tools. So that's what we're going to cover off. Now, the big question was that one of the questions that I received was, who is this course for? Is it for an advanced person? Is it for an intermediate person? So this is who this course is for, right? It is for students and fresh graduates. It is for offline marketers who are trying to, move into online or learn something in digital. It's for PR professionals who have always wanted to make that switch, but every time they go to a digital agency, they have been asked the same question. They have been asking that, do you have digital experience? If you don't really know how to do these things, then it's very difficult for them to basically get into it. So similarly, it is also for the small and medium business owners. If you have your own business and you want to kind of upgrade your skills or know something more about how to get started on digital, but you have been actually trying to figure out which course do you take, I think this course will be an ideal one because it's happening at a fraction of the cost than most other courses. Once this course goes up on the main website, then that's where the cost will increase. Next is for professionals who want to learn digital marketing. Maybe it's for yourself. Maybe it is something that you always wanted to do. Um, and it makes total sense for you to be a part of this course because it's going to help you figure out all the nuances of digital at an overview or a macro level, but it will also give you some of the plus points would be the kind of tools that I will introduce or I will share, the ones that will basically help you to get started. So so let's go to where will this course be listed. So yes, it's a association between Mindstorm and Xavier's Academy. uh, Understand this, that this is not the Xavier's Institute. This is an independent organization. And where will this course be listed? It will be listed on a private Facebook group. We're looking based on the kind of comments or the questions that we received. We had some people telling us that we won't be able to attend on a regular basis. It becomes extremely difficult based on our timeline. It's okay. What you can do is you can come back when you're free and then basically go through what happened for the day. All of this will be live on Facebook private group. So if you have already paid for the webinar, which is a fraction of the cost, you will be able to access it until the 5th of May. The reason why it is the 5th of May is post 5th of May, it will be listed on Xavier's Academy at a much, much higher cost. This is at the time of recording. This thing is actually at the time of recording only. I'm actually doing this course for Xavier's Academy, but I thought let me just stream it as and when I'm doing. So that's basically how the delivery is going to be. It's going to be a live webinar, and since a lot of people had asked me about, learn teach me something in digital, teach me something in digital, I want to learn from you. I've had these comments for at least over 6 to 8 years, right? So I thought let me just start doing these courses, so that it can help people, it can help small businesses. I have done trainings before, but it can help small businesses, it can help professionals as well. So that's what this is that's how this format is going to be. It's going to be a format where I will be actually recording for Xavier's Academy, but I'll be teaching you, all those who are willing to take it up and try to finish everything within the next 10 days. Also remember that there I will basically be suggesting practical sessions, or practical examples or practical work in between, but I may not be doing follow up, at least not for this example, not during this particular webinar. So I might not be doing the follow up, and but you can always take the support on the private Facebook group, which is meant for all the people who have enrolled for this program. All right. So what are you going to get on the first day? You're going to look at Facebook, and this is everything that's going to be covered under Facebook. Looking at creative brands you should follow, and here the idea is that if you follow creative brands, you will start basically getting into an idea zone, and will start helping you build ideas or come up with ideas that are originating from yourself. So that's something that we've found an interesting way to kind of boost your creative abilities. So that's the reason why there are some brands that you should follow. It will help yourself. And then different types of posts, Facebook page automation. How do you basically put your Facebook page on autopilot, so that you don't have to do it on a daily basis or manage on a daily basis? Then we're looking at managing responses, whether it is frequently asked questions. I'm going to share examples. I'm going to share bot examples as well. And then we're looking at Facebook page insights. What are the things that you can actually get as part of Facebook page insights? We're gonna go through that. And then how to ban people or remove from Facebook page likes. So this is based on some of the requests that we've had from clients who said that they are having fake followers and they need to clean up most of the fake followers that they have on their page. It took us at least about a day or two to actually figure out that this option actually exists. It's actually hidden in your admin settings. So that's basically how we can get that thing done. And then how to use Facebook automated responses. So you can actually build a bot, or a simple bot, so that your workload is actually reduced, and that's something that I will show you as well, which will be on Facebook, and different types of groups: open, closed, private. What are the differences? What are they like? So that's what's being covered on Facebook. On Twitter, you've got why Twitter, what brands treat Twitter these, or how brands treat Twitter these days. How is Twitter different from Facebook and Instagram? I'm going to show you some of our strategies which we use, or an approach that we use, which is called conversations. It's one of the brilliant approaches out there. I'm going to teach you how to spy on other brands, how to see messages that are going to other brands, and how to track them, how to intercept them, all of that. So you might call or find yourself in creepier situations, but hey, this platform is something that you can take advantage of. So I'm going to show you how advantage is taken off, and also to an extent who can take advantage of you as well. So I will be doing that as part of this course. Also I'll be showing you how brands trend on Twitter. I'm going to give you an example uh, as part of this exercise as well, so that you get an idea of how large brands actually end up trending on Twitter. And it would probably, if luck goes your way, then it's probably going to be a live example. I will be sharing that with you live, based on what's trending at the immediate moment, right? Okay, the next bit will be introduction to Instagram. How are people and brands using it? Instagram grids and layouts. What different types of and kinds of users are leveraging Instagram? So let's say you might be someone who has absolutely you want to do something new. You want to start a food channel. You want to start a travel channel. You've got basically, you've got photographs that you've already clicked, or you want to basically start a cooking channel, recipe channel, food channel, whatever it is. You are a developer. You don't have any of this, and you want to be big on Instagram. I'm going to show you examples of how developers or 3D designers can also be influencers, and I'm going to share that with you. It's one of the latest trends that's out there in the international markets, and you're going to have that as well as part of this crash course. Different types of post stories, posts, IGTV. What are the different types? What are the things that you can do as part of these, being as part of different types? Instagram Shop, whether you can get this feature, not get this feature, all of that will be discussed. How it works will be discussed. Product tags, managing mentions, any person who's talking about you, how do you keep them, how do you manage them, you will be able to see that as well as part of this course. Copywriting and blog writing. So how large brands create a persona on social media, that will be the first topic. Understanding the difference between active and passive. Now, for us at Mindstorm, it took us almost about roughly about 2 to 3 months to actually make the shift from a passive to an active voice. I'm going to share that with you, and share our secrets there with you. Why was it so difficult for us to shift, and to give you examples as well. And then we have moment marketing. What is it? What is moment marketing? How does it look like? Why is it so difficult to do it? And why are brands actually doing it? So that's all going to be covered. On the go marketing, it's another trend that's always been there on social, and I'm going to share that as well. And then copywriting tools you can use. Now, there are copywriting tools that you can use, which will actually help you. Some of them you will already know, some of them you might not know, some of them are based on AI. So, I'm going to share all of that with you in the copywriting and blog writing day. Then we're going through Photoshop and creative content design. So here I'm going to teach you things to do with basics in Photoshop and online tools similar to Photoshop. If you do not have Photoshop, you can always use these tools, but you can do the same thing that you can, or similar things that you can do in Photoshop as well. And besides that, you can there's using Canva and other awesome AI graphic editors. I'm going to introduce you to graphic designers that are mind blowing, that you wouldn't have even thought of, right? So I'm going to share those with you, which will give you a shocker, that's for sure. And then we're basically going through the Facebook Creative Hub. We will go through mobile photo and video editors as well. So this will give you ideas on how do you personally improve yourself, how you can actually make creatives out of nothing, how can you actually use and leverage creatives and make something out of it. And now the idea over here to have Photoshop and creative content design came from the time when I used to actually train our executives directly on Photoshop, and within 1 week, everybody knew everything. But I'm not going to cover that depth here. I'm going to cover basics so that you can get started and at least do some of the creatives. But the rest of the reason why it took that 1 week, I'm going to cover that in our AI creative tools. So that's gonna do the work faster for you, so you don't have to struggle much on trying to basically be perfect, right? And then we're going to get into Facebook advertising, Google advertising. I'm going to take you through the entire gamut of Facebook and Google, go step by step. What's the framework like? How to think about advertising objectives, pros and cons. Yeah, you have always thought that there is always going to be pros, but there are cons as well. I'm going to show you, I'm going to exactly share with you what are those cons. I'm going to show you targeting on Facebook with a live demo. I'm going to show you targeting on Google with a live demo for all of these platforms. And then we will have a deeper look at the keyword planner, what it is, how can you start using targeting. The next bit was Google Analytics. How do you what is Google Analytics? How do you deploy it? Overall understanding of the dashboard. Dimensions and metrics. What are they? How do you read them? And how do you extract information, whatever you want? And what are the goals? How they are set? So this is basically a couple of things that I will be taking or sharing it with you. Email marketing. How do you think of email marketing? Why it's the core? Quirky elements. Notice how are brands actually evolving and changing their email marketing style. What kind of email marketing tools you can use. listen automation. So these are things that we will cover on the email marketing day. It might not be much, or it may be too much for some. If you've never used MailChimp, it's going to be slightly difficult. So I'm going to basically spend more time on MailChimp. And then we have influencer marketing. So it's the hot topic of last year as well. So I'm going to show you and give you an understanding of who is an influencer for you or your business, influencer marketing objectives, finding influencers, some of the easy hacks that are out there, measuring influencer marketing performance. Now, this is not going to be based on followers or how many people you think or imagine you've reached, but this is primarily going to be based on demand curve. Demand curve is something that I have created, and you're going to see if you can evaluate for yourself if it's valid or not. But that's basically how we measure demand. We measure influencer marketing's effect. So otherwise, it's always the plain numbers. It's all imaginary numbers, saying that okay, just because he has an X number of followers, that many people have actually received it. It doesn't exist. Doesn't work like that. So we're going to basically show you a demand curve analysis or an example to get you an understanding of whether influencer marketing is working for a brand or not working for a brand. And then we have search engine optimization, which is the last session. What is SEO, how it works, generating an SEO audit report, tools you can use, understanding technical on-site SEO and how to fix them, understanding off-page SEO and importance of backlinks, how to shortlist keywords, artificial intelligence based SEO tools for content writing. I will also be covering this up in the copywriting session as well, but you will actually see how it is implemented in this one. And then we have what is white hat and black hat SEO. Now, one of the most important things that I want to highlight here is if you are into PR, this is one of the best places you can get into, because this you will have to do exactly what you do in PR here. And that's the best part about and that's one place where you can actually get in closer with SEO. uh, However, what happens is in most people in India, most businesses do not consider SEO to, I mean, they do consider SEO, but they do not consider SEO to be a high paying role. So, what I usually recommend new people who want to get into SEO and who want to make a lot of money is start being a specialist at it and then work for international clients. It kind of helps you as well. Because most people in India, most businesses that we've seen, do not really put so much emphasis on SEO because it does not give them immediate results. But what I'm going to share in as part of this tutorial is to exactly show you how it's actually done, so that you get an idea whether it's for your own business or whether you're looking at improving your own skills on how to improve SEO ranking. Right, and then coming to the crash course fee, for this live webinar, we're gonna have ₹1,000 flat for all days. It's a one-time early bird offer. We're not going to repeat this. It's going to be much higher when it actually gets listed on the xaviersacademy.com site. But obviously, because of the contents that's there on the platform, but this is only be there for the live. If you want to pay, you got to pay on this number. You can pay via Google Pay, UPI, Beam, Paytm, and that's basically it. So if you think that all of these contents, the kind of schedule is interesting, go on, register on the link that we have, and then go ahead, make the payment, and you'll be on board the course, which I will basically see you on 23rd at 2 p.m. So in case you are not able to attend and you still want to register and you want to basically see it, maybe you cannot attend it in the afternoon, you want to basically, you would prefer seeing it in the morning, you can do that as well, because this course will still be there as a video on the Facebook private group. Because since I'll be streaming on the private group, you will be able to see it even after the course is done. So that's it. If you have an interest, I'd love to see you taking part in this course.